What's going on, guys? Garrett here with the Rast Group, back with another video. Today, taking a look at one of my project builds that I've been working on here or there, kind of behind the scenes. You guys have maybe seen it on our Instagram or in a live or wherever, but this is it. We're going to dive into it. So, first and foremost, huge shout out to Brownells, making all of my firearms projects possible. I honestly probably wouldn't be able to do as much as I do without them. Actually, scratch that. Definitely wouldn't be able to do as much as I do without them. So shout out to Brownells. Make sure you check out our website, www.rastgrouptraining.com. Check out the Instagram @_rastgroup. And with that introductory shit out of the way, let's dive into it. So what do we have here? It is a Glock 17 Gen 3, essentially, right? Really, the only Glock manufactured part left on this gun is the frame, which you see has had some work done to it. We'll cover that. So this actually started out as a gun I didn't intend to build, didn't intend to really ever bring to fruition, right? It was essentially, I had a bunch of parts sitting in a drawer. I took a look one day, realized, hey, if I buy a few components, I can finish building a gun, and that's essentially what I did. So things I needed to order were the slide and the optic. Everything else I kind of had sitting around. This is a Brownells Gen 3 RMR cut window slide with a Hollow Sun 407C X2. Optic, as far as pistol optics go, Hollow Sun keeps impressing me. Really not too mad at it. There it is. I've had this thing on for, I don't know, probably 3-ish months now, and not mad at it. But you can see I have my slide and frame separated. That's to show you some other stuff that's going on internally. Let's dive into it. So we know the slide, we know the optic. We have an agency arms compensator up front that is actually doing a pretty good job of helping reduce some recoil. I'll show you the other component here in a second that's helping me out. Running a Ameriglow blacked out suppressor height front sight. I need to still install the rear. So yes, I believe backup sights are important. However, we haven't gotten to it that far. This has really been a range toy. I'm not too worried about it. Brownells Victory First Edition threaded barrel. I've had this for a long time and haven't had any issues. Pretty impressed with it. It's literally transferred from build to build to build to build, and I think finally found a home here. The upper part, the slide completion kit, is going to be either a Glock OEM or a Brownells manufactured kind of OEM based kit. Anything that Brownells does as far as like lower parts kits, slide completion kits, lower parts kits for rifles, whatever, always had good success with. I am pretty finicky when it comes to my internal Glock components. Really the only ones that I found that are squared away across the board are Polymer 80 slide completion kits, Brownells manufactured parts, Glock OEM manufactured parts. Anything else I've run into a snag or an issue with. Just want to throw that out there. So the big piece here that's really playing a factor in recoil reduction is this guide rod. As you can see, it has like this suspension system, like kind of looks like a normal guide rod, and then boom, all these kind of close knit springs or spring coils. That is a recoil rebound guide rod system specific to the 17 Gen 3, and that helps lessen the recoil impulse significantly. So between that and the compensator, not really feeling a lot. It's very easy, very flat shooting. Big fan of that. Like I said, I don't even know if those guys are still in business, but hopefully they are. Hopefully you can pick one of those up if you're interested. Future plans, kind of get rid of my shitty rattle can job, maybe do some Cerakote, maybe not, I don't know. Thinking about putting some ports up here. Kind of what the direction I'm looking to go with this gun is, can I mimic the function, reliability, and I guess quickness of some of the more high-end race guns coming out in a Glock platform? I'm comfortable with Glock. I like Glock. It's what I carry for work. I want to see if it's possible with enough kind of aftermarket investment to kind of imitate what some of these 2011s are doing out on the market now. Now, is that necessarily fathomable? Are you ever going to be able to get a 2011 trigger in a Glock? No. But we can get pretty close, we can try, and therefore brings us into our frame. Here you see Glock OEM G17 frame, some stippling and framework done by one of my buddies. This is actually the first frame he ever did, so I plan on leaving that pretty intact, pretty stock. It's pretty cool that this was his first kind of go out of the gate, and he didn't do a half bad job. Pretty good, actually. The trigger is the Timney Alpha trigger. I've had pretty good, in this gun, I've had good success with it. I had it in my Glock 19 for a while. It didn't perform how I wanted it to. I since gave it a second chance. So far, so good. I'm going to reserve speaking on that further until I've had some more time with it. Surefire X300, obviously, if I'm going to be using this for competition, that light might be coming off, or actually probably will be staying on, because I'm a firm believer with you train with the equipment that you're going to realistically use. I always use a weapon light. Probably not the most high-speed thing coming from a competition perspective. Competition guys will probably get upset at this, but I will probably leave the light on there, just a personal preference. Lower parts kit's a hodgepodge or whatever. I've bought a lot of shit over the years. I have a lot of extra stuff sitting in drawers. I just kind of pulled what I needed. Glock Store extended mag release. I've had this thing for forever. Actually pretty awesome, especially me having like smaller sized man hands. Glock Store big mouth aluminum magwell. This thing is a tank. I might take this to a grinder at some point just to file off this nose a little bit. It really doesn't serve any purpose kind of being all the way out there, but I do like the magwell. It helps ensure a solid grip every single time. Reloads are fast and efficient. And outside of that, I don't really know what more there is to the gun as a whole, but that's it so far. There's going to be some update videos coming up next year. We're also going to be trying to really ramp up our content on YouTube next year, so stay tuned for that. But as far as you guys tuning in today, I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in, and you guys stay safe, stay trained, stay rad. I'll be back with the next one.